after Giles Daubeny had passed away at a much smaller property. And then Xavier, the king said to Wolsey, I have been married to Catherine of Aragon for virtually 19 years, and I want to get my talons into Anne Boleyn. Okay. So the king said to Wolsey, you will go to the Pope in Rome and you will get me a divorce. And unfortunately, not by hook or by crook, could Wolsey persuade the Pope to give dispensation for a divorce. 6 years would elapse. It killed Wolsey. The king would have ordered his execution. The steam coming out of the top of his head. Forsooth, he said, I will make myself head of the new Anglican Church, the Church of England. And you died. Bye-bye. Catherine had produced just the one daughter, Princess Mary, future Mary I, Mary Tudor. And his father, Henry Tudor, had said, you must have sons to continue this Tudor dynasty. And although we Brits, we love Catherine of Aragon, unfortunately she had to go. And then eventually the king got his talons into Anne Boleyn. And what happened, Anne Boleyn, difficult having children in those days. Unfortunately, she only produced a daughter, another daughter, Elizabeth, Princess Elizabeth. So, thank you very much. So the king took a third wife, that could be you.
Please give me my son.
Third wife. This was a major love affair.
Oh.
Yes, Jane Seymour. Jane Seymour, they fell much in love. Jane was about a flibberty-gibbet of about 20. The king was approaching his 40th birthday, but this was the idea, to ingratiate yourself with the king, to raise your family status. And at last, Jane produced a son. Hooray! The king was and born here. You gave birth here at Hampton Court Palace. And your son, Edward, was baptized in the chapel that you're going to visit inside. The unfortunate thing is, because of puerperal fever, 12 days later, darling, you sadly passed away. The king then chose a fourth wife. All these wives lived for a time here at Hampton Court Palace. The fourth wife was Anne of Cleves, very wealthy nation, Cleaver, but anglicised to Cleves by we Brits. And the king sent his court painter. Need another boy, that'll be you. What's your name?
Come on, court painter.
Ian?
Come on, court painter.
Holbein.
This is what I need from you.
Who went off to Cleves and painted this supposed ravishing beauty.
Oh yeah.
Holbein came up, he was indeed court painter to Henry VIII, this is true, and unveiled the easel of this stunning female. The king's eyes nearly popped out of his head. He said, I like her. Thank you very much, Mr. Holbein. Thank you very much. And the king went down to Rochester in Mick Jagger's county of Kent, southeast, and it wasn't the same woman. He said, she is a Flanders mare. Ah, called you a horse, isn't that terrible?
Dude, no, you did not.
The marriage was annulled, not consummated. So the king took a fifth wife. That's you, Brittany, darling. The fifth wife was Catherine Howard, the powerful Howard family.
But I gave you your son.
Catherine Howard. Now the king, well into his mid-40s, Catherine Howard about 19. The king ignored past promiscuities because you were a naughty girl. You had this relationship with Thomas Culpeper. Oh yes, you did. In it, we do not know exactly if it was necessarily carnal knowledge, but with your teachers and private tutors. And after 12 months, the king got to hear about this. Ah, he Arrest her! Catherine Howard was arrested. Was arrested.
Oh,
in the
you get it
corridor
too, Dennis. You
between
get it.
the Great Watching
You
Tower
don't
and
mess
the chapel.
You don't mess with the
She
queen.
escaped. She was recaptured. She was taken summarily to the Tower of London, where she was executed in 1542. Off with her head. Sorry, darling. And then the last one.
You tried.
Melanie.
Oh,
Yeah.
This is a gift.
The sixth wife was far more intelligent than the king himself.
Yeah. Come on.
She was no mug. She was eventually to have 3 husbands. She outlived the king.
Yes.
The king passed away. I've overtaken him. The king popped his clogs at the age of 56.
Well, still a
I'm
young man.
2 years older than the King Henry VIII. And that's right, Catherine Parr. Your name was Catherine Parr, and you lived slightly longer. Unfortunately, you also were to die of the childbirth fever, the puerperal fever. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your help. That is the